I'm a well-known house cleaner in the field. Anyone who inherits a haunted house will surely come to me with a request. Any house I've handled is guaranteed to sell at a high price within 6 months. This year's Dragon Boat Festival, I received a big contract. If I complete it, I'll be able to pay off all my debts. This time, she still took me all the way to the front door, like always. But I didn't even dare to step out of the car. I only cleanse homes of the living. I can't take this job. You should find someone else. What I said left Xiao Wang, the real estate agent, stunned. We've worked together more than 10 times. And this was the first time I ever refused her. Sis, just come down and take a look first. She tried to persuade me. No. I shook my head firmly, sitting still in the car, not moving an inch. Please don't do this. You're the only house cleanser I know. If you won't take it, who else can I go to? Xiao Wang was nearly in tears. I kept a cold face and told her to get in the car and drive. I wasn't going to take the job. Is 10 grand not enough? 20. I'll pay you 20 grand, just stay here for a month. I'll pay the extra 10 from my own pocket. Xiao Wang said through gritted teeth, clearly gambling everything on this. Her family isn't well off, and she works extremely hard. Before she met me, she was constantly bullied by colleagues. Always stuck with problematic listings, even haunted houses. Scared but determined. She still bit her lip and recorded videos to promote them. That persistence moved me. That's why I messaged her first and told her, there are people in this world who specialize in house cleansing. As long as a house cleanser is willing to stay in a haunted house for 3 days, the yang energy will recover, and the house can be sold at a good price. We've done over 10 deals together. I know this girl's personality too well. Worried she'd stubbornly charge ahead no matter what. I could only sigh and tell her the truth. It's not about the money. This house isn't even a yang dwelling. No one in the house cleansing profession can help with this one. Sis, I know it's haunted. The house where the whole family of 4 died at the same time, the killing aura is indeed intense. But you can't just leave me like this. She was almost in tears, tugging at my sleeve in desperation. I really didn't want to get out of the car. So I had no choice but to explain clearly, this is a yin dwelling. If the yang house is haunted by ghosts, it becomes a haunted house. In that case, a cleansing can turn yin back to yang. But a yin dwelling is the home of spirits. Inherently a place of darkness. An object of pure yin, what could possibly be cleansed? My words left Xiao Wang stunned. She slumped into the driver's seat, staring blankly for a long while, unable to respond. This is beyond us. This place is destined to be a yin dwelling. No one can sell it, I added, trying to offer some comfort, then leaned back in the rear seat and closed my eyes to rest. I had thought this big Dragon Boat Festival job would finally clear all my debts. 3 days, and I'd be free. But now, I couldn't take that money. I had to think of another way. The thought of the nearly 100,000 I still owed made my head throb like a hammer strike. The car rolled forward slowly, just as I made up my mind to borrow money from my senior brother. A sudden brake nearly threw me out of my seat. Sister M. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Xiao Wang apologized frantically. She unbuckled her seatbelt in a rush and jumped out of the car. It looked like she had hit someone. It was serious. I couldn't just sit there. So I followed her out. Mister, why would you suddenly walk into the road? Didn't you see such a big car coming? Why didn't you move aside? Xiao Wang scolded, clearly annoyed, but from the way she addressed him, I knew they knew each other. Only, that man was pitch black from head to toe. His footsteps were feather-light. His yang energy completely gone. His life palaced in without a trace of light. This wasn't a normal living person. He looked more like a ghost envoy. I stood quietly, watching. The man was wearing a black coat. The collar raised high enough to cover nearly half his face. His gaze was cold, murky, like the water in an old well. There was no trace of life. Xiao Wang was still anxiously asking if he was alright. But I could no longer hear what she was saying. I just kept staring at his face. No soul. No shadow. Not even the scent of a living human. This thing was not human. It was a ghost envoy, a servant of a ghost lord. Typically sent ahead to prepare the way, guard yin dwellings, or watch over wandering spirits. A chill ran down my spine. At that moment, he turned to look at me. He didn't speak, just gave a slight nod. I didn't dare return the gesture. My heart pounded wildly in my chest. Cold sweat soaking my back. Xiao Wang kept rambling on, completely unaware that the air had shifted. Sis-DM. He's a distant relative of mine, we haven't seen each other in ages. It's fine. Let's keep going. I grabbed her arm and whispered softly, he's not human. That man is not human. Xiao Wang was stunned. She turned to look at the man, then looked back at me. After a moment, her lips trembled as she asked, are you sure? I didn't answer. I simply turned my head, looking toward the house I had refused to enter earlier. Now I understood why. It wasn't because I was scared. It was because I could smell the scent of death from dozens of meters away. That wasn't an ordinary house, nor was it simply a yin dwelling. It was a formation eye, a gateway connecting the world of the living and the realm of the dead. And that ghost envoy, he was guarding that very gate. I quietly stepped back to widen the distance. Sis Chi, didn't you say you found someone to help me? I really need to sell that house quickly. The man, regardless of whether he was injured or not, immediately stood up and tightly grabbed Xiao Wang's hand. In those dull grey eyes, a flicker of hope still remained. Sir, please get up first. I'll think of something, Xiao Wang said, helping him to his feet. My eyes met his in midair. You're the house cleanser Chi mentioned, right? Please, help me. He dropped to his knees before me. Startled, I jumped back in a panic. Immediately changing my position, I had nearly been dragged down to die with him. I couldn't stay calm anymore. You deceived others and seized their yin dwelling. Facing retribution is only natural. I can't help you. What are you talking about? The man stared at me, bewildered, the black aura around him growing heavier. There's a ghost in that house. Your entire family has already been turned into ghost envoys. There's nothing I can do. You're talking nonsense. I built that house myself. How could I have seized someone's yin dwelling? He became furious, trying to rush over and argue with me. Xiao Wang reacted immediately, rushing to hold him back. She knew my abilities too well to ever let him touch me. She did her best to explain what I had just said, and through her words, I finally understood the whole story. He knew nothing about yin dwellings. The house was built, and not even half a year later, the whole family moved in. They owned a small factory, and he often traveled to sign contracts and handle business. Life was steadily improving, until half a month ago, his parents, wife, and newborn daughter, all died at once. When he returned from signing a contract, what he found were 4 bodies neatly laid out in the house. The police were called, but the forensic team found no signs of trauma. The doors and windows weren't broken. There were no signs of a struggle. It was as if all 4 of them had died in their sleep. He couldn't accept the shock, and his career collapsed completely along with it. He asked Xiao Wang to find me to cleanse the house because he was drowning in debt and urgently needed to sell the property to repay what he owed. But with so many deaths, the house had turned into a haunted place. Left with no other option, he offered 100.000 to hire me. Under Xiao Wang's assurance, the light in his eyes gradually dimmed. Eventually, he once again dropped to his knees in front of me, kowtowing repeatedly. I'll give you my entire life if I have to. Please, save my daughter, she's just a baby. barely born. Never even got to enjoy a single moment of happiness. And now, even in death, she's being forced to become someone's ghost envoy. It's too cruel. His voice trembled, filled with near total despair. Utterly sincere, knowing he had nothing left. He gambled the last thing he still possessed, himself. I looked at the top of his head, now blooded from bowing. Do you even understand what it means to sell your life to me? Whatever it takes. Just please help my family reincarnate. Don't let them become slaves to others. He kept kowtowing, banging his head on the ground without stopping. I swear on my life, I never meant to steal anyone's yin dwelling. I've lived an honest life. Never done anything evil. Why did my whole family have to die such a senseless death? And now be forced to serve someone else as slaves? He screamed until his voice went hoarse, nearly fainting from the pain. In just a moment, the black hair on his head turned completely white. Xiao Wang, witnessing someone go white-haired in a matter of minutes for the first time, stood frozen in shock. Her hand trembled as she reached out to touch his hair. Amid the strands, not a single black one remained. Her eyes met mine, then, suddenly, she knelt down beside him. Sister M, I'm begging you, please help my uncle just this once. He's the one who raised me. I said 200,000. And I meant it. I won't go back on my word. Please, help him. The two of them knelt before me. There was no turning back now. I looked at the grand villa. Then at the non-stop stream of debt collection messages flooding my phone. And I knew, if I wanted to resolve this debt peacefully, this was my only chance. Alright. But from this point on, whatever I do, you both must follow my instructions exactly. Thank you. Sister M, Xiao Wang cried out in relief, urging me to get started immediately. I stood in the middle of the courtyard, retrieved a suitcase from the car trunk, and set up a temporary spirit altar. Only then did I take a proper look at the villa. 3 stories tall. The stone pillars of the front entrance were Roman style, painted black. The windows were a dark green, not square, but arched. It looked exactly like the entrance to a large tomb. This was definitely a yin dwelling. Just as I finished assessing the place, Zhuang Duquesne suddenly grabbed me by the throat. Xiao Wang panicked and rushed over to pull him back. Uncle, what are you doing? Sister M is trying to help save Auntie and the baby. There was still blood on Zhuang Duquesne's forehead, not yet wiped clean. It trickled down along the bridge of his nose, splitting his face into 2 halves. His hair was completely white, and his pupils, pitch black and unfocused, sent a chill down Xiao Wang's spine. She tried to pull him back, but it was as if something was draining all her strength. She was completely powerless. Please subscribe to receive notifications of the next story. Thank you.